Hare Krishna. Once again, welcome all the devotees to our Friday satsang. Today, we are going to discuss about Bhagavad-gita as it is, chapter 3, entitled Karma Yoga, text number 26. Na buddhi bedam janayet Ajnanam karma sanginam Joshaye sarva karmani Vidwan yukta samacharan. Word by word meaning. Na, not. Buddhi bedam, disruption of intelligence. Janayed, he should cause. Ajnanam, of the foolish. Karma sangina, who are attached to fruitive work. Joshed, he should dovetail. Sawa, all. Karmani, work. Vidwan, a learned person. Yukta, engaged. Samacharan, practicing. Translation purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. So as not to disrupt the minds of ignorant men attached to the fruitive results of prescribed duties, a learned person should not induce them to stop work. Rather, by working in the spirit of devotion, he should engage them in all sorts of activities for gradual development of Krishna consciousness. Purport. Vedasya sarver ahameva vedya. That is the end of all Vedic rituals, all performance of sacrifices, and everything that is put into the Vedas, including all direction of material activities, are meant for understanding Krishna, who is the ultimate goal of life. But because the conditioned souls do not know anything beyond sense gratification, they study the Vedas to that end. But through fruitive activities and sense gratification regulated by the Vedic rituals, one is gradually elevated to Krishna consciousness. Therefore, a realized soul in Krishna consciousness should not disturb others in their activities or understanding, but he should act by showing how the results of all work can be dedicated to the service of Krishna. The learned Krishna conscious person may act in such a way that the ignorant person working for sense gratification may learn how to act and how to behave. Although the ignorant man is not to be disturbed in his activities, a slightly developed Krishna conscious person may directly be engaged in the service of the Lord without waiting for other Vedic formulas. For this fortunate man, there is no need to follow the Vedic rituals, because by direct Krishna consciousness, one can have all the results one would otherwise derive from following one's prescribed duties. Hare Krishna. Before the class, we can do the Mangalachari. Om Jnanatimrandasya Jnanajana Shalakya Chachuranmiridam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stabidam Yena Budale Swayam Deva Kadamayam Dadadi Sabdadigam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Udapata Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Sri Rubam Sagrajadam Sagana Regunadanitam Tam Sachivam Sadvedam Savadudam Parijana Saidam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Ledha Sri Vishaganitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpade Gobesha Gopika Kanda Radha Kanda Namasute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sude Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Padidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nitya-dāsa Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Namo Vishnu Padaya Vishnu Padaya Srimate Jayapadaaya. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Once again, welcome all the devotees to our Friday satsanga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. The Supreme Lord Krishna explains in the previous sloka that how a learned person work, that is without attaching to the fruitive result of his activities, and how an ignorant person works. But how an ignorant person works? Because attaching to the fruitive results of whatever actions they are doing. And in this sloka, the Supreme Lord is explaining how a learned person deals with an ignorant person. So today we are going to discuss about how a learned person deals with the ignorant person. Here the Supreme Lord Krishna is telling in the sloka, Ajnanam karma sanginam. Ajnanam means foolish, or the ignorant people, or not less knowledgeable people. They are what they are telling Krishna. The Supreme Lord Krishna is telling that they are karma sanginam. Karma sanginam means they are too attached to the result of their activities. Whatever they are doing, they are expecting a result, and they want to enjoy the result of that activities. Ajnanam karma sanginam. And then the Krishna says that what the learned people not to do, that is na buddhi bedam janayad. Na means not. Na buddhi bedam janayad. The learned people should not disturb the mind and intelligence of the ignorant people. The learned people should not disturb the mind and inna buddhi bedam janayadama, should not disturb the mind and intelligence of the learned people. Then Krishna tells what they want to do. Krishna tells that what the landman wants to do, the Vidwan, what they want to do, Yukta Samacharan. Yukta Vidwan, Yukta Samacharan. In the sloka it is saying that Vidwan, Vidwan means learned people. What they want to do? Yukta Samacharan. They want to engage in devotion service and set an example. Set an example to the learned people, to show that what all are the prescribed duties and how they can follow that one. In the text number 23 of this chapter, we have already discussed that day how Krishna himself set an example and did all the prescribed duties to set a role model, especially for the householders. You remember that anything? Because we described already that one. Here Krishna says that the learned people, they are nicely follow everything, all prescribed duties, to show the ignorant people that what all are the prescribed duties and how they can perform that. That is Krishna saying in this sloka. But their duty is finished by just showing example only? No. Krishna says that Joshayas sarva karmani. Krishna says that this learned people, what they want to do? They want to engage these ignorant people in the service of the Supreme Lord Krishna. So here Krishna says two things, three things total. That is the first one, the ignorant people are, they are actually karma sangina. Karma sangina means they are too attached to the fruitive results of their actions. And this learned people, what they want to do, two things. Krishna says that first one is they want to set an example and to show the ignorant people what all are the prescribed duties and how they can perform the duties. And second one, the job is not finished. The second one, what they want to do, they want to engage these ignorant people in the service of the Supreme Lord. These are the two things Krishna says in this is sloga. So we can discuss that about this sloga in the Bhagavad-gita. And while discussing about the sloga in this sloga in the Bhagavad-gita, we are not discussing about atheist. Atheist means who are not believing God. They are saying that no God. They are not believing God, atheists. We are not saying about such kind of people. And we are not saying about those people who are not follows any shastras, not believing in any shastras. They are not believing in shastras. Such kind of people are there. We are not saying about such kind of people. And some kinds of people are that they are believing in shastras, but they are not following any rules and regulations. That is the three kind of people we are not mentioning here. What kind of people we are mentioning here? Here we are mentioning the people who are believing in shastras and they are rendering some rituals for their sense gratification. Clear? We are not saying about atheists. We are not saying about the people who are not believing in shastras. We are not saying about the people who are believes in shastra and does not follow anything. We are saying about the people who believes in shastras and follows some rituals for what? For sense gratification. Clear? For sense gratification. We are discussing about, while in this sloga, we are discussing about such kind of people. So, while comparing, while comparing to other three categories, these people are so blessed. Even though they are performing all these activities for their sense gratification, they are so blessed. Why we are saying that they are so blessed? Why we are saying that? At
least they have come in the path of...
Hare Krishna. At least they came in the path of the Krishna consciousness. And they are beginning the journey in the process of Krishna consciousness. Here, that shastras, they are, even though they are doing for the sense gratification, slowly and gradually, when they are following these all shastras and all fruitive results, what will happen? He gets to know more about the Supreme Lord. Krishna will give that person the intelligence to know about the Supreme Lord Krishna. Krishna says in Bhagavad-gita, Buddhimadam asmi, I am the intelligence of the intelligent people. Krishna says in Bhagavad-gita. So, when he starts this process, Krishna will give him the intelligence to understand that who is Krishna, who is the Supreme Lord. That Krishna will give him the understanding. Then he gets to know how to reach to the Lord. And Krishna will give him the understanding that how to reach to the Lord. That is, Krishna says in Bhagavad-gita, in Chadasloki Bhagavad-gita, chapter 10, sloga 10, Krishna says that Tesham sadada yuktanam bhajadam priti purvagam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mamu bhayanti de. This is a very important sloga because Krishna says that Tesham sadada yuktanam bhajadam priti purvagam. Those devotees who are always engaged in my devotion service with pure love, the two things Krishna says that they have to always, that is very important. This Friday we attended here, we chanted one time here and finished everything. Then we start the next Friday only. No. Krishna says that always we want to worship Krishna. We want to remind Krishna and we want to render devotional service unto Krishna. That Krishna says that. Tesham sadata yuktanam bhajadam priti purvagam. With love. How we are approaching Krishna not for any material benefit. How we have to approach Krishna? We have to approach Krishna bhajadam priti purvagam, with love and devotion. With love and devotion. Bhajadam priti purvagam. Then Krishna, what will Krishna will do? Tesham sadadayuktana bhajadam priti purvagam dadami buddhi yogam tam yana mamabhyantide. How they can come to me, I will give them that understanding how they come to me. Krishna very clearly says that. What we want to do only, we want to render devotion service unto him with love and devotion. That is the only thing. That is always. That also always. And these people will get the knowledge to how to reach to the Lord. Then he get to the knowledge how the material world is functioning. That also Krishna will give him the intelligence. That also Krishna says in Bhagavad-gita chapter 9 sloka 10. Then mayadhyakshena prakritihi suyadesa characharam. All this material world is working under my direction. Krishna says that. That knowledge also Krishna will give to them. Then he gets to know how the material world is functioning. Then he gets to know how to break the cycle of birth and death. This knowledge also Krishna will give to them. That also Krishna says in Bhagavad-gita chapter 10 sloka 11. That is the Chatusloki Bhagavad-gita. That these 4 slokas in the Chatusloki Bhagavad-gita, there is the 10th chapter, sloka number 8, 9, 10 and 11. Whoever not by heart it, please by heart it. And recite it every day. Every day. The first sloka Krishna says everything about the supremacy of Krishna. And the second sloka Krishna says about how we want to exchange our knowledge with the others. And the third sloka we already discussed here. And the 10-11 Krishna says that Tesham evanukam bhartam aham majnana jam tamaha nashayamyatme bhavasto jnana dibena basudha. Krishna says that in this Krishna says that for those devotees who are always engaged in my devotion service with love, to show them special mercy, Krishna will come and reside in our heart. What Krishna will do? Krishna will come and reside in our heart and destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge all the darkness born out of ignorance. What all darkness of ignorance are there, that Krishna will remove. Krishna will come and reside by residing in our heart. So a person, even though he is following these rules and regulations for his sense gratification, slowly and gradually he will reach into a position to know all these things. Who is the Supreme Lord? How I can worship Him? And how He is responding to us. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita also, Ya yadamam prabhadyantam tam sadaima bhajamyaham. How we are devoting to Him, Krishna will reciprocate accordingly. So these all blessings that person can gradually get. That is why we are saying that while comparing to other 3 categories, we already mentioned these kind of people are very fortunate people. Why? Ultimately they will get all this knowledge. It's a gradual process, not in a one day or two within 2 days or 3 days. No, it's a gradual process. Krishna will ultimately Krishna will give all these blessings to know about Him and to render devotional service unto Him. And what was the qualification for that person to attain this knowledge? What was that qualification? He simply did or followed these shastras for his sense gratification. So we have to understand that one. Even for our sense gratification also, you start rendering devotional service to Krishna. But slowly and gradually, Krishna will give all the understanding. Because before coming to Krishna conscious, we all, as far as I am concerned, I went to temple and praying for myself and my family only. We give good fortune to me and my family, and for their well-being only I prayed. But after I came to Krishna conscious and started studying and hearing more about Krishna and everything, we understood that it is not bhakti. What is bhakti? Rendering devotional service. our ISKCON founder Acharya, Srila Prabhupada is the first Acharya who gave the definition for bhakti as devotional service. Srila Prabhupada is the first Acharya. Give that one. So, if we start that devotional service, slowly we can acquire all this knowledge. That is the only means, because we have to render our devotional service with a love, pure love, not for any material benefit. And this we already discussed that slowly and gradually from whatever platform he is slowly elevated to the highest platform, that is Krishna consciousness. That is Krishna consciousness. He will get that benefit also. And after some time, that fortunate person will meet a guru, and by the mercy of Guru and Krishna, he will attain. He can all necessary things, and he can go back to Godhead in this life itself. That is given in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 19.151. That is Brahmanda Brahmide Kone Bhagyavan Jiva Guru Krishna Prasade Bhaya Bhakti Leda Bija. That is, after millions of years of wandering, a fortunate person, by the mercy of the Supreme Lord Krishna, he got the opportunity to meet a Guru. And by the mercy of the Supreme Lord, and both by the mercy of the Supreme Lord and Guru, he will get that seed of bhakti. Seed of bhakti. So, this is the beginning. If we start all these things, we slowly will, without a Guru, we cannot go back to Godhead. With the mercy of a Guru only we can go back to Godhead. So, slowly and gradually, if we are fortunate, we will, if we are start rendering devotion service to the Supreme Lord, we will meet a Guru surely, and with the blessings of both the Guru and Krishna, we can go back to Godhead in this life itself. And now Krishna says in this sloka, whatever we've discussed about the ignorant people. Now we can discuss about what Krishna says about the learned people to do. The two things we already discussed. What are they? Anyone remembers? What are the duties of the Krishna says in this sloka to do by the learned people? First, not to disturb the ignorant people. First one, not to disturb the mind and intelligence of the ignorant people, and second one, to set an example. These are the two things that we can explain it now. A learned person should not go and stop the work of the ignorant person. Don't go and tell him that what you are doing is wrong. An ignorant person, because he is actually doing some rituals, but it is not in the proper way. That is, he is doing for his sense gratification. So a learned person will go and tell them that whatever you are doing is wrong. This is not the correct way to do. This is against Shastras. If he says like that, what will happen? That person will be confused. That person will be whatever I am doing is wrong. That the ultimate result is what? He will stop whatever he is doing. And if he doesn't get that knowledge also, whatever happens, that person will lose from the both ends. He will not do anything whatever he is doing at present, and he will not get that knowledge also. So that is why Krishna says that a learned person should not go and disturb the mind and intelligence of the ignorant people. So let them do whatever they are doing. We should not disturb them. That is Krishna says in this sloka. And their duties we finished? No. What else Krishna says that they want to Joshayet Sarva Karmani. Joshayet Sarva Karmani means they want to engage these ignorant people in Krishna's services. So very nicely Supreme Lord Krishna is explaining here how a knowledgeable person or a learned person want to deal with the ignorant person. Whenever we are discussing about this sloka, about the that we already discussed, that three kinds of people we already discussed, and Because we can say some examples also in our practical life. Because a poor man, he worships God maybe for some appearances, maybe for getting a house, nice house, or for some property or something else. Maybe he is worshipping God for such things. And a sick man, he may be worshipping God for getting relieved from his sufferings and pains. Maybe he is doing, he is performing this or rendering services, not rendering service properly. He is worshipping God. We can say that he is worshipping God for getting out of that pains and to get out of that sufferings, eclipse and sufferings of this disease. And if an ordinary householder may a lot of problems in his life, a lot of miseries in his life, a lot of obstacles for doing all these things, bhakti, practicing bhakti and everything. Maybe he is praying, he is worshipping God for some how I can overcome all these difficulties. All these things they are expecting a result from their actions. That poor man is worshipping for some property or house, and the diseased person, sick person is worshipping to get out of from that miseries and pains, and a householder may be worshipping for to get some money or to look after their family well, to get their children's nice education and everything, and like that many things. Maybe he is worshipping God. We know all these are sakama karmas. This is actually against the shastras. And a person, and he is a learned person, will go and tell them that hey, whatever you are doing is wrong and it is not the proper way. They will ready to accept it? No, they will not ready to accept these things, because they don't know anything. They want to get out of their problems. For that only they are worshipping God. So they are not ready to hear His words. And that theory or philosophy is going to help them anymore. What the Supreme Lord Krishna says that Yukta Samacharan. Yukta Samacharan means the personal, they want to be the epitome or an example or a role model for the people who are doing all this righteous for their sense gratification. Here we are saying about Vidwan, the learned people. Learned people, we are mentioning that here is pure devotees. We are discussing about pure devotees. Learned person means here pure devotees. So, if a pure devotee decides, he can bring a person at any situation to Bhakti Yoga very easily. If a pure devotee, he can bring any karmakandi people at any stage of karmakandi people, or whether he is an atheistic, whether he is a pabi, whether he is a sinful person, or any other category of people, they can bring that people to bhakti, for the service of the Krishna very easily. Because we have in front of us, we have that example. Who is that? Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada is a pure devotee of the Supreme Lord Krishna, and he to follow the instructions of his spiritual master, at the age of 70 he went to West America, and there nobody is there to welcome him, no known person to him, no friends, no relatives, nobody is there, and he has only with his 40 rupees worth dollars, equivalent to 40 rupees worth dollars and some sets of Bhagavatam. That is the only asset with him. With that, Srila Prabhupada did great miracles in USA. That most of the devotees know all about it. But Srila Prabhupada went there, and in that area where Srila Prabhupada went and stayed there is most of the people were hippies. Hippies means they are not following the rules and regulations. They have their own set of rules and regulations. They will follow that one. Their duty, every day's duty is what? They are competing each other to how to break the four regulative principles. They are trying always like that. They are not dressing properly, not cutting short here their hairs, and they are whatever they want they are doing. Like just like animals they are that much wretched position they are in. So Srila Prabhupada went and preached there. This kind of people were there, but Srila Prabhupada go to them, and Srila Prabhupada told them that whatever you are doing is wrong. Would they hear at that time? No. Srila Prabhupada didn't tell anything. Srila Prabhupada sit under a tree and chant the holy name of Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Slowly, these kinds of people, they also got, by hearing this, the Maha Mantra, that is the glory of Maha Mantra. By just hearing that mantra, they also got attracted to this. Slowly, they also coming to Srila Prabhupada, near to Srila Prabhupada, and they also started chanting this Maha Mantra. First, they came with one bottle, one hand, one bottle, and in other hand, one cigarette. Like that, they came and they chanted Hare Krishna Mantra. Srila Prabhupada didn't tell anything. Just Srila Prabhupada thought, let them start chanting. Srila Prabhupada didn't tell anything. Slowly, when they are getting interest in chanting, one by one, Srila Prabhupada slowly gave that knowledge, and Srila Prabhupada slowly engaged them in the devotion service of the Supreme Lord Krishna. So Srila Prabhupada, she actually followed this sloga given by the Supreme Lord Krishna, and set an example to all of us. That is the glory of Srila Prabhupada. And Srila Prabhupada, once I heard that in a speech by Muralidhara Prabhu, one devotee in the beginning stage of the hippie, he was smoking and decorating Lord Jagannath. He was smoking. In one hand, one cigarette is there, he is smoking and he is decorating Lord Jagannath. Srila Prabhupada saw it. Srila Prabhupada didn't tell. Srila Prabhupada told, what you are doing, you are decorating the Lord of the universe. Lord of the universe. You should not do like that. You smoke, you go outside, smoke, wash your hands, and come and do this work. Srila Prabhupada didn't tell him you don't smoke. Srila Prabhupada told him very wisely, very intelligently. So we devotees, whatever we are preaching, and we should be very intelligent. We can use our more new methods. Whatever way we can bring a conditioned soul to get an opportunity to chant the holy name of Krishna, we can do. Srila Prabhupada did that one. Srila Prabhupada didn't tell anything, and slowly these people say this, that hippies from there, that wretched and pathetic condition, they become the great devotees of the Supreme Lord. That is the glory of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. And we have to thank that devotees also. In today's Namamrita, Prabhu has explained that one. That because of the help of that devotees also, Srila Prabhupada very easily spread this. In today's Namamrita, we explained that one. And all glories to that devotees also. Hare Krishna. And how Srila Prabhupada achieved all these things? Srila Prabhupada has that much determination. And Srila Prabhupada has that power and purity. How we will get purified in this Kali Yuga? By chanting the holy name of the Supreme Lord Krishna, especially Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, Srila Prabhupada set an example to us. How Srila Prabhupada converted that people into, in that period, one of a leading newspaper in New York, they put an article in the titled "A Sadhu from India made the hippies into happies." Hippies into happies. That Srila Prabhupada actually gave us a message that how we each of our devotees, we got the blessings to practice Krishna conscious. We got the blessings to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. What we want to do? We want to bless this opportunity to others also who are not doing all these things. So it is a great responsibility of all of us to give the message of Bhagavad-gita. Message of Bhagavad-gita to all of us. This is about the glory of Bhagavad-gita and glory of Tulsi Maharani. I heard a speech by Gauranga Prabhu from Mumbai Chowpatty Temple. In that Prabhu is telling about an incident happened in one of the European countries. There a sailor you know, employee of a ship. When the ship starts from this home port, it will go to different ports, and after 1 year or 6 months it will come back to the home port. So this sailor, what he thought, they have separate cabins in the ship, and one day this sailor thought, I want to buy one plant to put in my room. So when the ship anchored in a port, he went out and to a nearby nursery, and he bought a plant, a small plant. That fragrance and everything he liked very much, and he bought that plant and he put in his room, and he started watering it, and he is taking care of it very nicely. It was a tulsi plant. It was a tulsi plant. And what was the benefit he acquired by that one, by taking care of tulsi? Because slowly he is disinterested in all these material things. He is not getting that satisfaction as much as he got before by doing this material things. In ships they are getting drinks and cigarettes and everything but slowly, and in non-veg also, slowly he dislike all these things. That is the glory of Tulsi Maharani. If we worship, and not only that, and when the ship anchored in another port, he went outside and he met a book distributor, and by the mercy of the Tulsi Maharani only he got that opportunity. He met a book distributor, and that book distributor gave him a Bhagavad-gita. He bought that Bhagavad-gita, and what we are doing, we are keeping in our shelf, isn't it? Like that. No, we have to read it. What this sailor did, he bought it and kept in the shelf. And then next day he went to the other part of that town, and that the same book distributor was there. You see, that's Krishna's magic. The same book distributor was there, and he asked, "Hi, how are you?" Everything he asked, and he asked, "Did you read that book?" But he told, the sailor asked, "Oh, this is also there in the contract. We want to read that also." he thought like that, but he told a lie. How I can tell you this person, I didn't read. He told a lie. I read it. And the devotee asked, "How do you feel? How do you feel?" 50-50. He told 50-50. He replied 50-50. That devotee replied, "Then it is clear that you didn't read that one." If you read it, you will get 100% satisfaction. That is Bhagavad-gita. Hare Krishna. He told like that. Then he thought, today I will read. And he went back to the room, his cabin, and he started reading Bhagavad-gita. And slowly he gave up all those things. Now he became a main pujari in one of the temples in Europe. That is the glory of Bhagavad-gita and Tulsi Maharani. If we worship Tulsi Maharani, it is the easy way to attain Krishna. There are two ways to attain Krishna very easily. One is to please Tulsi Maharani. Second one is to please Radharani. In these two ways we can very easily attain the Krishna Prema. We can attain Krishna. That is the glory of Bhagavad-gita. And so what we want to do, yes, each and every one of us has a great responsibility. What we want to do, we want to spread the message of Bhagavad-gita as much as possible. As much as possible. I am working in a shop now. Actually, it is not proper. I am saying about myself in this class, but I am saying to to give an example for all of you. I am telling that one. I am working as a cashier in a supermarket. Whoever coming to me, I am telling everybody that one. From first I will ask, from where are you coming? Then I will ask, what is your name? Sometimes if we hear the name also, we cannot understand from which religion he is. So then I will ask, what are you doing on Fridays? So if he is a Christian, he will tell, I am going to church. So I will understand he is a Christian. And if he is a Hindu, he will say, I am not doing anything, I am simply sitting in the room like that. So I will tell them that there is a program is going on here nearby. This is Sabolifa Bhagavad-gita class is going on. You can participate on that one. And you need not worry about lunch that day. You have breakfast and come. You have breakfast and come. You can have Krishna Prasadam there. That every one of us says, we have to always keep in mind our duty is to spread Krishna consciousness. We have to spread it because Srila Prabhupada gave us an example. Our duty is to spread Krishna. Whoever we meet, we have to tell about this class and everything, and bring them to our congregation and give them also an opportunity to participate in all these devotion services. And ultimately what we can do, we can help a devotee help a person to get out of the cycle of birth, death, disease and old age. In our Shastras and our Acharya says that each one of us has to preach. Each one of us has to preach. So it is not meant by we have to go and conduct a big class on Bhagavad-gita. It is not like that. Each of us has to do our whatever way possible. We can preach Krishna consciousness. If we can give a card. We can give a card to anybody and we can tell them that this is a Hare Krishna Mahamantra, this is Yuga Mantra, this is Yuga Dharma, and you just chant once in a day. Let them start by once in a day chanting. And I heard a speech by this Gauranga Prabhu. The same speech, Prabhu discussed about a Australian devotee, how he made the many people, the lakhs of people in Australia to chant, how he made. He go here and there and he dressed like a monk, sannyasi, and he go here and there and he saw people, they are sitting, he go to them and he will say, I think you have some problems. He tell like that. So in Kali Yuga, what is our quality? We are Ubhadradaha. Anxiety is for all people. Problems is there. He knows that one. That is in Srimad Bhagavatam, it is saying that. It is already given that all people in Kali Yuga are always Manda Sumada Madhya Manda Bhagi Ubhadradaha. Manda Bhagi Ubhadradaha. Ubhadradaha means anxiety. We all are always thinking about something else. It may not, in our life, we should not worry about anything that may be happen in future. That why we are saying that if it is not happened, we need to worry? No, we need to worry. That is a Mumbai Chopati Gaurya Gopal Prabhu. There is a slide was there. And if any problems comes to you, can you solve it? Yes. Then why you worry? Can you solve it? No. Then why you worry? If you cannot solve it also, why you worry? What we want to do, it is Krishna's. We have to think that it is Krishna's decision. It is Krishna's decision. Now, what all hardships we are doing, what all eclipse or sufferings, diseases we are getting, it is because we have to think that it's a mercy of Krishna. Why? It is like a balance. It is like a common balance. Because our Babas we have did in millions of love, we are in such a lower position. And whenever we are getting these afflictions and sufferings and hardships, these Babas are getting eradicated. Slowly we will come up to Krishna. So what we want to do, we are getting, so in my case also, because of my leg problems, I suffered a lot. But my wife told that you are in your family only you have bhakti and you are getting all these problems. I told my wife, this is Krishna blessed me. That is a sign of this one. Because Krishna is eradicating my pabas. And I will go back this life itself to Krishna. And I told her, if you want, you also do all these things. I told her, if you want to come with me to Krishna, you also do all these things. At least she is chanting 8 rounds now. Hare Krishna. And we can, what we are telling, this person go and tell these devotees, these people, I feel you have some problems. This in Australia. You forgot that one where we were? We were in Australia, and this devotee, what he is doing, he is going and discussing with people that I think you have some problems. So that people, how can you know that one? I have a problem. How did you understand that? He told, I am a monk. I have that siddhi. I can understand your problems, and I have that remedy also with me. And he take a small bead with 20 small mala with 27 beads. We are giving for children's here. That bead he will take, and he said, this is a remedy. This is a medicine for your miseries. And that he told, he give them everybody, and he also start chanting. It will take only 3.5 minutes. 27 minutes, 27 bead, they are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So many people got attracted to it. So if we finish that chanting, some people ask, let me do one more time, I will give you some money, some dollars also. Like that some people will tell. So you see the glory of the Mahamantra. Simply by chanting one time, they are got attracted to it. And he, like that, he sold more than 1 lakh beads, and more than 1 lakh people are chanting. You see how innovative, how intelligent that devotee made to spread Krishna consciousness. So we all, Krishna gave us intelligence, Krishna gave us health, Krishna gave us everything. So whatever Krishna gave to us, we have to use it for Krishna services, to spread Krishna consciousness, especially to spread Krishna consciousness. We can give them, and if they are not ready to chant, what we can do? We can give them some prasadam. We can prepare some laddu or something and offer to Krishna, and we can tell them, today is my birthday. You don't tell him it is prasadam. What we can tell, this is today's my birthday, so you have, please have it. So he will have it. So what is the merit of honoring prasadam? That is, Krishna's mercy is there in the prasadam. Krishna, when we are giving bhoga, Krishna is giving us back it as prasadam. In prasadam, Krishna's mercy is there. By the mercy of that prasadam, they will start their first step to Krishna consciousness. So who is responsible for that one? That person who is giving that laddu. Isn't it? So we can do like that one. Or we can invite them for our house programs. When we are keeping an altar and doing arti there, we can tell them to participate for that arti also. And if we are conducting some party, some birthday party or something, we can invite many people, and we can send them, so today my daughter's birthday, you please come. And there what we can do, we can invite a senior devotee and give a class for more, not big class, 10-15 minutes class, and chant one round also if possible. And actually that people came for party, but what we did, we have done Sankirtana party. Sankirtana party we have done. So like that, many ways we can do. We can bring people to Krishna consciousness. And this is not we are not cheating anybody. We are actually helping them. We are teaching them. And we are giving them an opportunity to render devotion service, to understand that who is the Supreme Lord, and to render devotion service unto Him. And we can invite for big festivals. When we are conducting big festivals, we can invite all of them for that one. And if we are doing Radha Yatra, we can invite them. And when we get that opportunity to pull that Radha, their pabas of millions of years get eradicated by simply by pulling the Radha. We can invite them there and we can give them an opportunity to pull the Radha. Like that, many ways we can do. And so or we can give some Srila Prabhupada's books to them. Srila Prabhupada, small book. Let them start with a small book. Then we can give Bhagavad-gita and other big books. And for distributing books also, we should be very intelligent. Once a devotee distributing book, this also I heard from Gauranga Prabhu. In Gauranga Prabhu's speech, if we hear a lot of nice things, we will get. Gauranga Prabhu from Chowpatty Temple, Mumbai. That is, in Mumbai some media is there. Chowpatty Temple media like that. If you subscribe that one, all notifications will come. And in that, Prabhu is telling that once a devotee distributing Srila Prabhupada books, he gave a book of second chance to a person. Second chance. It is dealing with reincarnation and everything. Now that person he looked some pages and he asked, oh, this is dealing with reincarnation. So this devotee said, yes. Oh, do you believe in reincarnation? Yes, we are believing. He told. Devotee said yes. And he told, that person told, okay, then I will do one thing. I will keep this book this time and I will pay you next birth. He told like that. This person told like that. But the devotee replied him that I am practicing Krishna consciousness. Devotee replied, I am practicing Krishna consciousness. So maybe this life itself I have an opportunity to go back to Godhead. I will not be there in this. I will not be there in this earth. So, and one more thing. And if you read this book, you can understand what is reincarnation. And otherwise, sometimes you will get a body of any other animals. So, if you read this book, you can understand about reincarnation, and you can practice Krishna Bhakti also. Then, without a word, further word, he bought that book. He bought that book. Like that, many techniques we can use. We can distribute Srila Prabhupada book. We know that how Srila Prabhupada gave, how much effort Srila Prabhupada put into gave all these things to us. Srila Prabhupada, by sleeping only 2 hours in a day, wrote all these books for us. So we have to give that much importance for book distribution also. We have always keep some books. I have seen many devotees who are, while traveling also, he will give small books and he will give them. And if they are ready to give some donations, we can accept also that also. Always accept some donations, it is better. And we can give that also. So preaching also very important. This everybody can do. There is no qualification for this one. We know while we are hearing the word preaching, we need not think about that I have to conduct a big class on Bhagavad-gita or like that. No. So by these all methods, we can preach Krishna consciousness. Very simple. Isn't it? Is it very simple? Yes. Can everybody do that one? Yes. Do. So we can all do that one. And along with the chanting and along with the reading and hearing, we want to hear more, because we want to hear more. Hearing will transform us very much. Transform us hearing. That's why while chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra also, the Acharyas told us to hear. We need not to imagine Krishna's form or anything. Chanting and hearing only. Chanting and Anutama Prabhu once told me that we have to chant like this is the last mantra in my life. From each bead, we have to think that this is the next moment I will die. This is the last mantra in life. So I adopted that one in my chanting. I got the changes I made was dramatic. That will, and now I chant like that one. One mantra I am telling that this is my last mantra. And like that I am hearing and chanting nowadays. And we not only chanting and reading and hearing books and honoring prasadam, we have to render preaching also. We have to do this any way, whatever way you can possible, you preach Krishna consciousness. That is the here tellings that one. And what we are doing by this, we are bringing a soul very near to Krishna. we are bringing a soul very near to Krishna. And Srila Prabhupada had that potency and that purity to do all these things. And Srila Prabhupada gave us set us an example, and we have to follow Srila Prabhupada's instructions. And if we do like that, Srila Prabhupada, our ISKCON founder Acharya, Srila Prabhupada will be more pleased, and Supreme Lord Krishna also will be more pleased. That is, Krishna says in Bhagavad-gita, chapter 18, sloka 68 and 69. Ya idam paramam guhyam madbhaktesha vidasyadi bhakti mai param krita mamai vaishyatya samsaya. Krishna says in that sloka, those people who are spreading this most sacred knowledge of mine to devotees, for them pure devotion service is guaranteed. For them pure devotion service is guaranteed, and at last they will come back to me. Krishna says that in that sloka. How many of you want to go back to Krishna? Please raise your hands. And how many of you want to become more dear to Krishna? Please raise your hands. Sorry. Hare Krishna. And Krishna says in this sloka, and they will sure mama vaishyatya samshaya, they will come to me without any doubt. Krishna says that. In the next sloka, 69th sloka, Krishna says that na chaham tasmat manusheshu kaschin me priyakritama bhavida nacha me tasmat anya priyataro bhuvi. Anya priyataro bhuvi. Last sentence Krishna says that there is no one dear to me than he. Whoever spreading the message of mine to other people, there is no one dear to me than he. So, if you want to become dear to Krishna, if you want to go back to Krishna, Krishna says clearly in that two slokas. That also please learn everybody by heart. That also in that two slokas, it is saying that then we can achieve Krishna. Everybody can achieve Krishna, and we can help others also to attain Krishna. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Guru Maharaj ki Jai. Gaura Pramanand.